Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. That is what I want us to think about and talk about on this week's episode of Minutes with MinistaMike. Personal responsibility. Let me ask you this. When you hear the word or the words personal responsibility, what do you think about? What comes into your mind? And most importantly, how do you feel? How do you feel when you hear the words personal responsibility? Let me define it for you, all right? Personal responsibility is when you take full accountability. Hear the key word there. You take full accountability of your actions, of your decisions, of your thoughts, and many more. You are taking full accountability of your actions, of your words, of your thoughts, of your emotions, of how you feel, of how you reacted, of what you said, of what you will say. Personal responsibility. When individuals, as a person, when you are always thinking that you are a personally responsible person, or when you've made it like a solemn swear to yourself that you will always be personally responsible, you are saying to us that you will hold yourself accountable for your words, that you will hold yourself accountable for your thoughts, that you will hold yourself accountable for your decisions. Many people in this new world that we are in right now are not personally responsible. They blame their parents for their misfortune. They blame the lecturers in their school for them failing. They blame their job, their employers for being poor. They blame the government for the way they are. They blame their environment. They blame every individuals but themselves. And I'm not saying these things that I mentioned, your parents, your employers, your lecturers, your government, I'm not saying they might and shouldn't be held responsible for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in your life, but you cannot hold them all responsible all the time, because you can only be concerned about how your parents treat you. You can only be concerned about how your lecturers might be victimizing you. You can only be concerned how corrupt your government is, but you cannot control what other people do. What you can control is how you react to what they do. What you can control is what you do. And that is where personal responsibility comes into place. Personally responsible people know within themselves that, I may be in an environment that is not conducive for learning, but the onus lies on me to learn. I may be victimized by my lecturers, but the onus lies on me to pass. I may be in the bad book of my employers, but the onus lies on me to continuously do a good job or find another job. I may be in a country where the government is so corrupt that it has become synonymous to the name of the country. Nevertheless, in that same country, people are doing well. People are making it without going into anything bad, without doing fraud, without knowing anybody in politics. They are still going about their business, turning lemons into lemonade. So I want you to think about the words personal responsibility from the light of the definition, and I want you to ask yourself right now, are you holding yourself fully accountable for your words? Are you holding yourself fully accountable for your thoughts? Are you holding yourself fully accountable for your decisions? Are you holding yourself fully accountable for your actions? So I will charge you this week. Go into this week, decide that from today onward, I will hold myself fully accountable for my actions. I will hold myself fully accountable for my decisions. I will hold myself fully accountable for my thoughts. So when you hear the word personal responsibility, think about full accountability. And one of the key ways that you can be a personally responsible person is for you to know your role. All right, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in your family, whether it is among your friends, you need to know your role. You will need to understand your responsibility responsibilities, for you to be accountable for them. You cannot be held accountable or hold yourself accountable when you don't even know what you are supposed to do. So as a father, you know what you are supposed to do. As a mother, you know what you are supposed to do. As an employer, you know what you're supposed to do. As a student, you know what you are supposed to do. So do it, and then you'll be able to hold yourself accountable for what you are doing. Know your role. So I want you to think about your life in that light. What do I need to be doing right now? As a salesman, what do I need to be doing for me to be able to meet my target? What are my KPIs? What are my products' unique selling points that will help me to meet my quotas for the month? That is what you need to be thinking about, and not what you lack. Yeah, you will lack many resources. You might not even be equipped to do well, but nevertheless, the onus lies on you to be personally responsible. And one key way for you to start doing that is to know your role. Another thing is you need to be honest with yourself. And that is how I will tie today's episode up. Be honest with yourself. When you set pride aside, you are able to see yourself the way you truly are, and you are able to hold yourself personally responsible for your actions, for your decisions, and for your thoughts. It's important for you to set your pride aside. Many of us are too proud. You are too proud. That's why you are not holding yourself accountable. You are too proud. That's why you are not personally responsible. Set your pride aside so that you'll be able to be honest, especially with yourself. And finally, use your time wisely, but most importantly, learn to say sorry when you're wrong. Learn to apologize if something goes wrong. Before you blame someone else, look at yourself in the mirror and say, how have I contributed to this thing that just went wrong? How have I contributed to the brokenness in my relationship? How have I contributed to my kids turning out like this? How have I contributed to me losing this position at work? How have I contributed to me not making the money I want to make? How have I contributed? And by then you'll be able to apologize to the right set of people, and you'll be able to also apologize to yourself. Personal responsibility. That is what I want you to think about and talk about as you go about your daily activities in this beautiful week. Thank you, and I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.